Did you hear what just happened off the coast of British Columbia? Canada has officially sent its very first shipment of liquefied natural gas to Asia. That's right. A massive LNG tanker left the port of Kitimat just days ago, carrying tens of thousands of metric tons of Canadian natural gas, bound for South Korea. It may sound like just another cargo, but this is a turning point. Because for the first time, Canada is stepping directly onto the global energy stage, without passing through the United States. And in today's world of tariffs, trade wars, and geopolitical uncertainty, that's a huge deal. So what does this really mean? Why does this shipment matter so much? And could it signal the beginning of Canada's energy independence from its southern neighbor? Let's unpack it. Canada has always been a quiet giant in natural gas production. It ranks among the top 5 producers in the world. But here's the catch. Almost all of its exports have traditionally gone to the United States. Same pipelines, same routes, same buyers. Until now, the completion of LNG Canada's terminal in Kitimat has changed the game. This massive project, years in the making, can process up to 14 million tons of liquefied natural gas per year. That's enough energy to power entire countries. And more importantly, it opens a direct line from Western Canada to the high-demand markets of Asia. Now, why Asia? Because Asia is where the action is. Countries like Japan, South Korea, and China import more than 70% of the world's LNG. Their demand is huge and growing fast. As economies expand and pressure mounts to transition away from coal, LNG is seen as a cleaner, more reliable alternative. And here's where Canada has a natural edge. Shipping LNG from Kitimat to Asia takes about 10 days. Compare that to 20 days from the Gulf Coast of the United States. That's faster, cheaper, and more secure. No Panama Canal, no Middle Eastern choke points, just a straight shot across the Pacific. It's the kind of geographic advantage most countries can only dream of. But the benefits go far beyond logistics. This move also gives Canadian producers something they've long been missing: leverage. Until now, Canadian natural gas has been sold mostly to the US, often at a steep discount. With few alternatives, producers had little choice but to accept lower prices. Opening a new market changes that dynamic completely. Suddenly, Canadian gas is competing globally, and that means better prices, more revenue, and more power to set the terms. But this isn't just about economics, it's also about sovereignty. For years, Canada's energy economy has been deeply tied to whatever's happening in Washington. That might be fine during calm times, but what about when tariffs hit, or when pipelines are delayed, or when a new administration decides to rewrite the rules? In fact, we've already seen how vulnerable that relationship can be. Under Trump, U.S. energy policy became unpredictable, swinging between support and pressure, cooperation and confrontation. Canada learned the hard way that putting all your energy eggs in one basket is risky. That's why this shipment to Asia matters so much. It's a signal, a declaration. Canada isn't just a junior partner in the North American energy game anymore. It's an emerging global player with its own agenda and its own customers. Of course, none of this happened overnight. The LNG Canada project is one of the largest infrastructure undertakings in the country's history. Thousands of workers built the facility, and the massive pipeline feeding it. Billions of dollars were invested, and it was done in partnership with some of the biggest energy companies in the world. But the payoff is starting to show. Just days after the first ship left, a second tanker was already preparing for departure, this time headed for Japan. And that's only the beginning. If the second phase of the project moves forward, Canada could double its LNG export capacity in just a few years. Now let's be clear, there are still challenges. Natural gas prices remain low due to global oversupply. The environmental impact of LNG production is under constant scrutiny, and some indigenous and local communities continue to raise important concerns about land rights and sustainability. So no, this isn't a perfect solution, but it is a big step. A step toward energy diversification, toward better prices for Canadian producers, and most of all, toward a more independent, globally connected energy future. Canada may have been late to the LNG game, but it's making up for lost time, fast. So what happens next? Will Canada double down on LNG exports and become a Pacific energy powerhouse? Or will environmental and political pressures slow things down? One thing's for sure, the world is watching. And so are the markets. Let us know what you think in the comments. Is this the start of a new energy era for Canada, or just a single ship making waves? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that matter.